My name is Danny Panzella, producer and director of Does Pot Cure Cancer? I want to thank everyone who has partnered with us so far to make this film a reality. And I really want to send a heartfelt thank you to all of the donors and let you know that your perks are coming soon. The Does Pot Cure Cancer t-shirts are in production and should ship in the next few weeks to everyone who's donated. So far, the money we have raised has gone primarily to travel expenses for me to meet with doctors and scientists across the country. I had the awesome opportunity to film at the Marijuana for Medical Professionals conference in Denver. And through this process, I've not only networked with some really awesome people, but I've made some amazing friends. I first started this project 2 years ago, and I've been raising money piecemeal as I've needed it. So it's been a slow and frustrating, and at times really disappointing process. Recently, I was reflecting on why I wanted to create this film in the first place, and I came to a pretty big decision about it. It's exciting, but definitely very scary. I've decided to quit my full-time job to work on Does Pot Cure Cancer full-time until the completion of the documentary. And this is why. I lost my mother to breast cancer 7 years ago. She was diagnosed in March 2009 and given 2 years to live. I went with her to all of her doctor's appointments and chemo treatments, and I watched as her body just got weaker. And it was obvious to me that it wasn't just the cancer, it was the chemo that was killing her. So I began to research alternatives. That research led me to a lot of information about diet and nutrition and eventually cannabis. Like most people, I thought medical marijuana was about getting high for pain relief. And of course it has the added benefits of anti-nausea and appetite stimulation. But what I quickly found out was that's really just scratching the surface of the research being done about this plant. The government says that there's not enough data, but there were over 40,000 studies. This is the most studied plant on the planet. What they're really saying is that there aren't any human clinical trials, and that's because they won't permit them. But so much has happened in the past 2 years. Since I began this film, Washington and Colorado states have fully legalized, which has really opened a lot of people's eyes. And it really touches my heart that not only are millions of patients have safe access to this amazing medicine, but that now people's minds are being opened up and more research is going to be done here in the US. When my mother passed, I was devastated. She was only 53 years old, and my son will never know his grandmother. When I think about how much she would have loved him, it really breaks my heart. I went into a deep depression and struggled with the grief over my mom's loss for years. And I think what makes me most angry is that her death could have been prevented. Her sickness could have been prevented if the science behind how cannabis nourishes the human body was public knowledge. Through the generosity of the last crowdfunding campaign, I was able to make the connections necessary to reach the medical cannabis community. Several researchers, including Dr. William Courtney, Dr. David Bierman, Bob Melamede, Mark Gordon, and many others have not only agreed to be a part of this project, but have expressed a lot of excitement about it, which is very encouraging. We're also going to be telling the story of several patients who are currently curing their diseases with cannabis. We've budgeted a total of about $30,000 on top of the $3,200 that's already been donated to completely finish the film. The budget breakdown is approximately 46% or $14,000 for crew expenses, 13% for travel, 40% or about $12,000 for post-production, and about 2.5% for miscellaneous costs. We would be happy to take Bitcoin, gifted airline miles, plane tickets, graphics work, or any other services. If you have a talent you think you can donate to this project, we want to hear from you. I'm committed to make this film to educate people about cannabis. Through that education, I hope to demystify the science and dispel all the controversy. I've learned so much in the past 2 years, and I can't wait to share it with you. I can't bring my mother back, but I can honor her memory by trying to help as many people as I can survive cancer. Thank you in advance for partnering with me to educate people and literally save lives.